Tell us what you think. In person, over the phone, online. Watch and hear yourself on TV. You tell us, we air it. This is The Local Live.
Hello and welcome to The Local Live on this Thursday evening, March 5th. I'm Kat Galliano, bringing you the only news covering the Mamaroneck, Larchmont, and Ryeneck communities. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's in store for tonight. Stay tuned to see what some Mamaroneck residents had to say at the Transit-Oriented Development Forum. And for our varsity sports fan, don't go anywhere. We've got the LMC TV Play of the Week. A Mamaroneck wrestler has achieved a record-breaking victory. Stay tuned to find out. And finally, our Pet of the Week is right here at the studio. Don't go anywhere because our roundtable is all about pet adoption. Movoto.com, a popular real estate website, ranked Mamaroneck as the best town in New York State to live in. In addition, Westchester Towns made up 9 out of the 10 spots. This speaks volumes about our community. Steve Altieri, Mamaroneck Town Administrator, explained that Mamaroneck's diverse population, community, volunteerism, and coastal locations are some of the town's finer points. Last Thursday, Mayor Rosenblum held a forum for Mamaroneck residents to address questions and concerns surrounding the Transit-Oriented Development, or TOD, plan. The mayor said that the area northwest of the Mamaroneck Metro North Station has always been ignored, and that more realistic development is the goal of the TOD, as well as making sure that the zoning changes proposed don't change the character of the village. After a presentation of the TOD study, residents expressed their thoughts, especially on flooding and traffic. Here are a couple of their reactions.
I want my neighborhood to be just as good as theirs. And I have to complain right down to the garbage being picked up. And then we're going to build on top of it. We don't want mixed use backing up onto Washington Street or backing up onto Madison Street. Keep it on the avenue. Do the studies in the correct way. Everybody's getting bonus except the neighborhood people. And we're telling you that there's a problem.
And I'm telling you, if there is a problem, we're going to try to see what we can do to address it.
Our main thing is that the studies, all we're asking for is people to do the proper studies. You guys mentioned cities, Yonkers, New Rochelle, White Plains. We can do the study. You can't compare that to this small town of Mamaroneck and tell me you're going to put up these buildings and you're not going to have an issue with traffic. That's what we're saying. Listen, I know you believe that in your heart. I also been here my whole life, and I cannot see how it's not going to affect. The traffic is horrendous right now. It's horrendous already, not just during school hours. Mamaroneck Avenue is nonstop all day long. The traffic is crazy.
Remember, if you'd like more information on municipal meetings and to watch them in full, be sure to head online to lmctv.org and click on videos. This week's In the Media focuses on what's trending online and in our local newspapers.
Three stories appeared in the Mamaroneck Review. First, I read that a couple of recent appointments to village commissions and boards have been rescinded in a dispute about the mayor's authority. Says the newspaper, some of the appointments did not follow village code. And reporter Alina Suriel has a story that new townhouses are being planned for the long-vacant McGuire's restaurant property on Boston Post Road. She also tells why the bomb squad had to be called Homics this week. For details, check out the Mamaroneck Review. Good news in the Hamlet Hub. The Mamaroneck Schools Foundation has just awarded $206,000 in grants to district teachers for 25 classroom initiatives and new programs. Literacy, language arts, STEM, music and art, physical education, and special education are some of the areas awarded. For a full description of the grants, check the Hamlet Hub. Happy birthday to the Women's Club of Mamaroneck, 90 years old this month. Read the full story in the Hamlet Hub. And in all the hubbub about the Oscars last week, we missed some really good news. Sobrevivo, a short film by Dina Schumacher and Matt Sullivan, both LMC TV employees, well, it won in the Best Zombie Film category of the New York Scary Film Awards. I've seen the movie. You should see it too. Well, Those are just a few of the local stories that caught my eye this week in the media. I'm Mike Quitch.
The Roundtable is going to the dogs. It's a potpourri of furry fun featuring four-legged friends looking for homes who are here with their human handlers. I'm Maura Carlin. As always, you can join our conversation, and tonight you can adopt a pet. The contact information will appear on the screen periodically. In the meantime, our phone number is 914-381-0131. You can tweet at The Local Live or email thelocallive@lmc-tv.org. Don't forget that hyphen. Now, joining us first are Barbara Gabala and Paula Krenkel of Pet Rescue. Later, we'll have Courtney Bello and Andrea Ramos of SNAR, which is Special Needs Animal Rescue and Rehabilitation. The animals we are featuring are all ready to be adopted, so let's hear from you. So let's start with Barbara and Paula. Barbara, why don't you start telling me who you have with you, who's behaving so nicely?
She's such a good girl. This is exactly what she does. I'm fostering Mika. She's a Siberian Husky, about 8 to 9 months old. She's great with dogs. She's great with people. She's housebroken. She loves the snow.
What kind of family would be good for Mika?
I actually think Siberian Huskies are a special kind of breed where they do like to run. So a family, I would love to find a family for her that has experience with Huskies. Otherwise, just somebody that has experience with dogs. She's great inside, but she does have a high prey drive outside.
Okay.
And likes to sniff everything outside.
Good with children?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
And cats too.
Paula, why don't you tell me what Pet Rescue is, how you get the dogs?
Pet Rescue is a local organization. We take animals from high-kill shelters. People call us all the time. They have to move. They have a new boyfriend, new girlfriend. Something changes in their lives, so we take dogs from them. And we find homes for them. People fill out applications on our website, which is on the screen.
That's right. We will be putting up the website on the screen periodically.
There's an application process. It's not difficult, and we work very hard to match the right dog with the right family.
So, first, what is fostering? Because I know you said that you foster a lot of dogs.
Yes. So exactly what it sounds like. We foster dogs. We take dogs into our homes, and when we develop foster families, we look for the same things we look for in adopters. We want to make a good match. So we take the dog in our homes and socialize it, and that's the big key, socializing. You want to exercise, socialize, get to know the dog. So when a family applies for a dog, we can make sure that it's the right fit, the right energy level. Families work long hours. We're not going to give them a puppy.
Okay, why don't you tell us who you have, who's been sleeping this whole
I
time?
know. Well, Zach has been out in the snow a good part of the day also, so he's like very comfortable here. He's a very mellow puppy, playful.
How old is Zach?
Zach's about 10 to 12 weeks old.
Okay, so pretty young.
Yes. Yes. So he's a dog that he's great with children, great with dogs, great with cats, sleeps all night. He's just a really wonderful dog for any family.
Now, when somebody adopts a dog from Pet Rescue, have the dogs all been trained? Are they housebroken? Have they had shots? What do you have to do?
You get a fully vetted dog from us. So sometimes they're not old enough to be neutered, but you bring them back, we'll neuter them. They sometimes need to have their rabies shot, but basically they've had all their basic shots appropriate for their age. Are they housebroken? Depends. It depends. Sometimes we'll get a dog in and it's adopted within 2 days and we don't have the opportunity to even work with it. Some of them come and they're amazingly well trained.
Okay, well, we want to find homes. Let's start with Mika and Zach, because we've got some more dogs to bring into you. We want to switch these out and we can keep
Sure.
talking. In the
go.
meantime, make sure you check out the Pet Rescue website. The information will be on our
on, Mika.
screen.
Okay, you want to come?
And please call in and talk to us. We want to hear from you. You want these dogs. 381-0150 is our phone number here. You can tweet at the Local Live, and you can email the Local Live at lmc-tv.org. And we've got, coming on set, 2 new dogs. And Barbara, we'll go back to you this time.
I'm the Siberian Husky person.
Yes, I was going to say, did
So-
Mika just shrink?
Yes. What's her name?
Skylar.
This is Skylar. She's about 3 to 4 months old. She's just adorable. Another puppy.
Somebody else has been who was
Yes,
here has been
another
fostering.
Exactly. We have another foster home, but she's very, very sweet. And look at these ears.
What kind of family does she need?
I think an active family. She's great with people, great with other dogs. She would be a great family pet.
And who do you have, Paula?
This is Xena, who's a Border Collie mix, who's also, I'm fostering Xena also along with Zach. They are not related,
They're
although
not.
they're around the same age and
Okay.
look very much alike.
And are you willing to part with them separately, or are they a package?
Good question. We try never to adopt siblings out together. Even though they're not siblings, they've been raised together. We find after a few years, they get a little testy, a little sibling rivalry.
Really? Now,
Yeah.
isn't that interesting?
So we like to, if people want multiple dogs, we adopt out one dog, get that dog settled in the house, they know how to, it's trained, and then you can introduce another dog.
Okay. Tell me, what support do you give to a family taking a dog, maybe their first dog?
We are always available for training, for help, for advice. So right after you adopt, you get an email sent to you with all the things we probably forgot to tell you during the adoption process, with information on housebreaking, walking, training. And then you'll get a phone call a few weeks later. Hi, how's everything going? And we're there. Everybody gets the foster family's phone number plus my phone number is on every tag that goes out, and another volunteer. So we're always there.
Okay, why don't you remind me of these dogs' names?
That's Skylar.
Skylar?
And Xena.
Okay, anyone interested in Skylar and Xena? We got 2 beautiful puppies. What did you want to say, Barbara?
I just wanted to say we're having an adoption event this weekend on Saturday. Dog adoption event at 7 Harrison Avenue in Harrison, and a cat adoption event at Petco in Larchmont from 12 to 2.
This Saturday.
This Saturday, both on
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay, so if you
Yes.
want the cats, you go to
Petco in Larchmont on Boston Post Road, 12 to 2, and dogs at 7 Harrison Avenue from 11 to 1.
Which is easier to adopt, dogs or cats?
Different. It's not easier. You know, they're both easy. The match is the same. We look for a good match, whether it's a cat or a kitten or a dog or a puppy.
Okay. Well, these are adorable dogs. I know we have one more to get
Yep.
in. Okay, why don't we get this one in? I guess Skylar wants to go.
Yes.
And we'll bring in another dog. Again, 381-0150, tweet at the Local Live. Come on, we're trying to find homes for these dogs. They're incredibly sweet, I have to say. Yes, you're hearing them in the background, but they're incredibly sweet. You'll also see other pets that are available for adoption on our screen. Some cats who are not here in the studio tonight. We've got cats and dogs, and they're all available. You can also contact Pet Rescue directly. Their information is also on the screen. So, Barbara, who do you have now?
Okay, this is Samson. He's a lab basset. Look at those short legs.
Hi there. Okay,
He's-
Lab Basset. How old?
About a year old.
Okay.
He's very sweet, very, very good with other dogs. He loves going to the dog park, and he's in a foster home also. He will be at our adoption event on Saturday for sure, so you can come and meet him,
Okay.
and maybe you'll fall in love.
What kind of family are you looking for him?
I think he would probably fit into almost any type of family. Somebody that would spend time with him. He loves to be around people, and if you have another dog, great. Or if you go to the dog park, that's fun too. I think he would fit into a lot of different family situations.
Is there an age limit for the person how old they can be to adopt a pet, either low or high?
Again, it's the match. So if a more senior person is looking for a dog, we're going to look for somebody that may not need to go out on long walks into parks or trips, somebody more sedentary, maybe a more senior dog. We look at and if not, we don't have a lower age limit, but we're very careful about placing dogs in homes with young children because you don't want the dog to get knocked over. I mean, the child, not the dog. The child. The dog's not
You
going
might not want the
anywhere.
dog
Yeah, the
knocked
dog's
over
fine.
either.
The dog's fine. So again, it's all about the match. So when people fill out the applications, there are places to put down what kind of home they have. Do they have a fenced-in yard? Are they very active? Do they have long work hours? Travel plans. Will the people sometimes want dogs under 20 pounds so they could travel?
Sometimes dogs that are available for adoption have been abused. Are you aware of that, and has anything been done, before people take them in a new home?
Sometimes we know the history, and most likely we don't, but we have trainers working with the dogs at different sites. So either at the foster home or our new facility at 7 Harrison Avenue.
Yes, tell us about, because I didn't think you had a facility, so this was actually
it's
new.
brand new.
Okay.
It's an old facility, but we're brand new caretakers of that facility.
And you're housing dogs there, or are you just using it for events? Which is
We have kennel space there, so we do have some of our dogs there. That ideally we like to get the dogs into a foster home. That's what we're really known for. But we do have kennel space where we house dogs, and we also have a clinic that we run there, which is fabulous.
You mean for health reasons for the?
Well, every dog is neutered, microchipped. Every dog is examined by our vet. So we also run a clinic, as well as eventually we're going to move the cats in there as well. But we need to do some more fundraising for that.
Ah, okay, because I assume you need a separate
Cat
area.
place, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Again, people, homes for these beautiful dogs who have really been incredibly well behaved, and they're very sweet. So this is Pet Rescue. Their information's on the screen. You can call here. We're here for a while. 381-0150. Go ahead.
We
Paula.
didn't mention the cats. We do have quite a few cats, and they're pictured. Bar had sent in the pictures, but we do have cats and kittens, mostly in foster homes. But we do have a small space in Urshel when we don't have foster homes, so we do have a place there. We do a lot of trap, neuter, and release, meaning we take care of feral cat colonies. So we try to get them all shots and neutered so that they do not reproduce.
Okay. Now, remind us about the events you have this weekend. We'll get that out.
Okay, dogs will be at 7 Harrison Avenue in Harrison from 11 to 1 on Saturday. Cats will be at Petco in Larchmont on Boston Post Road on Saturday from 12 to 2.
Okay. Well,
We have one more event.
okay. Go ahead, Paula.
Okay. Oh, yes.
It's a brand new free spay neuter clinic for feral cats coming up in April. So if people know of a cat colony and they want to spay and neuter them and get them their shots, that will be posted on our website as soon as all the arrangements are made. And that will be at the end of April.
Okay. And Pet Rescue's information should be on our screen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We will be back in a moment with more animals.
You're watching the local live on LMC TV.
Good evening, Larchmont and Mamaroneck. I'm Anthony Carlo. Welcome to the Local Live. We connect you to your officials, members of the community, and the cutest pet of the week. Only news show that brings you a weekly update on the stories happening around you.
Dude, there's a bunch of zombies outside. What? There are zombies in the front lawn. It's Z-Day.
Well, what do we do?
Let's check out the news.
I'm here on Halstead Avenue, where the Mamaroneck Police Force has already begun to crack down on the zombie menace. Found my shot. Residents are advised to stay inside, lock their doors, and wait it out. Back to you in the studio.
Looks like we're gonna be okay.
We are here with more dogs now from the Special Needs Animal Rescue and Rehabilitation, or SNAR, and they deal with pets with special needs. We've got Courtney Bello and Andrea Ramos here with, let's see, Andrea, you have Gabby.
Yes,
Why don't
I
you
do.
tell us a little about Gabby?
Gabby was discovered at the Brooklyn ACC back in May, and she was completely paralyzed in her hind end. She had no movement in her back legs. So we took her out of the shelter and did a CT scan, and it showed that she had a completely severed spine in 2 areas. That was inoperable because it was an older injury. And then in foster care, she just started showing signs of movement, slight little bit at a time with one foot, then the other foot, then she was pushing up on her own. And so we started aggressive physical therapy. We did hydrotherapy, we did cold laser therapy. Every day we did exercises, and over the last 8 months, she now runs and does stairs and
that's
climbs.
quite the progress.
Yeah.
Literally a miracle.
Yeah.
So is that typically what SNAR does?
Not typically. You know, we take on the cases that a lot of people wouldn't touch. We really never expected her to just start walking like that. So
We thought she was going to be in a wheelchair.
yeah, we got her a wheelchair. Pretty much decided that we were going to adopt out a dog that was, you know, going to have hind paralysis for the rest of her life. So she wound up staying with me and doing the physical therapy until I adopted her on Christmas because I couldn't
she's
go.
now yours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gabby's a really great representation of our rescue and what we do. So, you know, we wanted to bring her
Right, well,
today.
that's an amazing story. So does SNAR have its own facility, or you send the dog out to foster?
We don't. We do not have a physical shelter facility. We're actually working on trying to get a property right now. All of our dogs are in foster homes, and all
They're
of our
having a little
dogs-
bit of fun.
It's okay. he's
So
nervous.
Gabby is not available.
Gabby's not available.
But
These
Courtney,
two little
you
babies
have,
are,
right,
yes.
so let's learn about them.
This is Lacey. Lacey actually is not special needs other than being in a high kill shelter. She was at risk of being put to sleep.
How old is she?
She is about 11 weeks, and
she's
she is
little.
a pit bull lab mix, and her 6 brothers and sisters came up last weekend, and they're all in foster homes and available for adoption. And then Cholo over here is another special needs little guy. He has a condition called hydrocephalus, which
In the
is
brain?
Yep, where the spinal fluid doesn't drain properly from his head. So they can have seizures. They can their heads get very like a round appearance. They have a lot of neurological issues. So he came to us, you know, he was doing circles and was a very high level of hydrocephalus. And we had surgery done for him, a shunt put in, and he's doing awesome. Other than being a nervous little thing, which is what you just saw, he's super sweet. And he's a baby too. He's about 6, 7 months old, we think. And he's wonderful with everybody, kids, dogs, cats, people, both of them. You know, they would really fit well into any home. He needs a little bit of a quieter home just because of his condition.
Right.
And because he does get a little nervous.
But the seizures are pretty much gone?
Yeah, he, thank goodness, never had seizures.
Oh,
it's just very common with hydrocephalus puppies, but he did not have seizures.
So it must be difficult to place dogs with special needs.
Actually not.
Really?
Thank goodness
So
it's
tell
not.
me that.
Yeah. Well, we have a really big following on social media, and people really fall in love with our dogs. And I mean, you know, you fall in love with any dog, but I think a lot of the times people actually have more of a, you know, a want or a need to kind of give them a home and give them love because they come from a special needs background. So we take, you know, to us, special needs could mean 1,000 different things. It could mean they were abused. It could mean they need a surgery, you know, and it's a simple fix. It could be a paralyzed dog. It could be a blind dog, a deaf dog. We recently took in a dog that was severely, it was the worst case of abuse we've ever seen. So special needs could be on a very broad spectrum. So there's always a, you know, an owner for every dog.
So how do you get the dogs? Do people call you? Do you get calls from municipalities who have dogs that they found? I mean,
yes, we've gotten ourselves a pretty big reputation because of our social media presence. So a lot of the shelters know to reach out to us when they have a special case. So especially like New York City, they know us very well. We pull a lot of dogs from New York City. So whenever a big special case comes in or a dog with a special need comes in, I'll get the phone call, hey, Courtney, you know, do you have a spot? Can you take the dog? And other shelters as well. You know, we have really good relationships with all the shelters that we pull from. They're all very high kill. And
you have a good relationship with them.
Oh, of course, absolutely, because we take the dogs that nobody else will take. So they like us very much because we're taking the dogs that they don't want to put to sleep. So,
okay. What should somebody who's thinking about taking a special needs dog keep in mind? And let me ask you that, Andrea.
I think that it's going to depend on the needs of the particular dog. A lot of the times with our really special needs dogs like Gabby who are being rehabilitated, we document all of that on our Facebook pages, and she has her own page. So anybody watching and anybody interested in adopting one of those dogs are sort of seeing what the day-to-day is and what the day-to-day care is. If for her, I would say, you know, for a dog like her, even, you know, somebody who can keep it up, somebody who can throw her in a pool in the summertime and take her swimming and have the time to, you know, work with her.
So she continues to need physical therapy.
She will, and you know, at this point, look, we never thought she would walk at all. At this point, you know, she's about 90%. You know, she needs some help sometimes, and that's a house without stairs would have been ideal for her. I carry her up and down.
Every dog is really different, though.
Yeah.
Each dog has, you know, because special needs are so different,
Right.
each dog has very different needs for a forever home.
We recently adopted out a blind dog, so we had gotten her a halo, so she kind of, you know, navigates her way around the house like that. It's kind of a bar that goes around, and she has no stairs either. You kind of get to know each dog's individual needs.
Are any of the dogs trained to help people who might have special needs? I don't know if you can do that with a dog that...
You absolutely can. One of our dogs right now who's in foster, her foster mom was going to train her to be a therapy dog, but she's getting adopted. So the family doesn't have interest in doing that. But any dog can be a therapy dog. And actually we're about to get involved in a program with children to sort of bring some of our special needs dogs, you know, and speak to them.
For anxiety or other, or
all
epilepsy?
All different needs. So, you know, we're really excited about that because I think it's a great way to kind of make a child feel better. A child with special needs would feel better seeing a dog with special needs and how happy they are and, you know, everything else.
How does somebody get involved with SNAR?
If
you want, let's start with if you want to foster a dog.
Absolutely. I mean, you can contact us in general via our website.
And the website information will be on our
Okay.
screen for you.
So, and you know, the best way also is to always follow our Facebook page, and the Facebook link is on our website because that's where we post. You know, you can volunteer in so many different ways. We need foster homes, we need adopters, we need something as simple as sometimes a dog needs a ride to the vet. And it's a really good way to get involved. You know, if a foster parent is at work and can't take the dog to the vet, you know, we'll post a picture on Facebook and we'll say, hey, you know, Gabby needs to get to the vet today at 12 o'clock in Eastchester, who can help?
And
so
do they
there's so
come
many
in
different ways
a
to get involved.
cage to go to an appointment like that?
It depends
or
on the
depends
dog.
on the dog.
Yeah, it depends on the dog. But there's so many different ways to get involved. We need help when we do events. We need, you know, people to check applications, everything.
Do you need special skills or special training to foster?
No,
No?
not necessarily.
Big
Just a
love
loving,
for
good,
dogs.
yeah, loving home, and
You will be told what to do.
And we also provide everything that's needed. You know, a lot of our foster homes, sort of as a donation to the rescue, provide food and buy a crate and everything else. If somebody can't afford to do that or doesn't want to, we provide everything for each dog, including all of their medical care and anything that they need while they're in foster.
Okay. And to adopt, again, your Facebook?
Yep.
You said?
Well, or our website. Our website and our Facebook are linked, so you can get
Okay.
the information for each on each.
Go ahead, Andrea.
I was just going to say our application is an online application that you can find on our website.
Okay. And you really try to match the families or the people, the
Of
owners,
course,
the humans
absolutely.
with
Of
the
course,
dogs.
of course.
It's so interesting. I hadn't thought about some, you know, a specialty in that area,
Right.
but it's so interesting. Have you come across a dog or an issue that you haven't been able to handle?
That we haven't been able to handle? No. That we haven't been able to fix? Yes. You know, have we lost some dogs, unfortunately? Yes. Right now we have a little bulldog puppy in our care that she has something called tracheal hypoplasia, which is basically in layman's terms, it's a very small trachea. And we thought we were going to be able to surgically repair her and fix her. And we went to a specialist and we were told that she has a poor diagnosis and we're not going to be able to do anything for her. So she's going to stay in foster care and she's going to be loved. And we're looking into alternative homeopathic treatments for her to keep her comfortable and everything else. And, you know, we can't always fix them, but we can at least give them the best care and the best life that we can while they're here. So.
Wow. I was going to ask you something else about this. Do you take care of shots and training?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
All of
Of
that
course,
is done. So
anything.
if anyone wants a dog, it comes to them ready to go.
Yes,
Okay.
not necessarily. We don't necessarily train every dog. I mean, we ask the fosters to do potty training and basics and everything else. We don't formally obedience train dogs before they go to adopters unless they need some sort of training. But all of our animals are spayed, neutered, microchipped, up to date on shots, heartworm tested. You know, they're fully vetted before they go to a home.
Okay. And I know that
Gabby
is not available, but Cholo and Lacey are.
Cholo
So
and
if
Lacey
anyone
are,
is
yes.
interested, we're going to wrap it up, but go to your website, which will be on the screen. This is SNAR.
SNAR Northeast, yes.
SNAR, Northeast.
Yep.
Okay. And we got Cholo and Lacey just sitting here waiting for a family. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
If anyone is interested in adopting the pets, you see the websites for both SNAR and Pet Rescue. You can also get the information on our website. We will be back with more community stories in a moment.
Good evening, Larchmont and Mamaroneck. I'm Anthony Carlo. Welcome to the Local Live. We connect you to your officials, members of the community, and the cutest pet of the week. Only news show that brings you a weekly update on the stories happening around you.
This week in sports, in a postseason playoff game, the Mamaroneck ice hockey team dropped a heartbreaker to Pelham, 3-2 in overtime, eliminating them, but not before Will Kirk corralled a perfect pass from Ben Shapiro and put on a nasty move for a go-ahead goal in the LMC Varsity Sports Play of the Week.
As much. But here you'd think that would happen a little bit more. Oh, nice feed ahead to Will Kirk. Kirk goes side to side and scores! Goal from Will Kirk. A
Mamaroneck wrestler Yusuf Hamida was the only state champion from Section 1, which comprises Westchester, Rockland, and parts of Dutchess counties. His victory was huge for not only wrestling, but for all Mamaroneck High School sports programs. Under large amounts of pressure, he pulled through for his program.
Senior wrestler from Mamaroneck High School, Yusuf Hamida, won a state title in the 220-pound Division I weight class for the first time in program history, 5-2 over Vincent Fayola of Walt Whitman.
Yeah, I was actually the first section champ in school history, then I went on to be the first state champ in wrestling school history, so that just feels great to be a part of this school's history and know that I've left my mark here. People are like clapping, they're like yelling my name in the halls, the teachers would like congratulate me and they'd clap, and it was just, it's a great feeling to know that everyone really appreciates the sport. So it just really feels like, it feels great, you know, words can't describe it.
Last year, after missing most of his junior campaign due to an ongoing neck injury, he won his first section title, which was also first in program history. A huge jump in competition, this state title proved that all his hard work has paid off.
Been through a lot of adversity throughout my high school career, missing my sophomore and junior seasons due to injury, so I feel like I never really had a chance to show what my capabilities as a wrestler, so just to finish it off with a senior year, going undefeated and having a state title really just feels incredible. Things turned out so well, and I'm really happy with the way things laid out, and I don't want to look back and have any regrets if I could have done things better. So I'm just really happy the way things played out, even if it was to avoid injuries. I think, you know, everything happened for a purpose and all worked out in this way for a reason.
He gave us his input on his future goals.
But definitely the next step is to continue lifting, continue wrestling, sharpening my technique, trying to get some high quality competition. And for college, I mean, the goal would become an NCAA American and a Division I national champion. That would be the ultimate goal.
All set to wrestle at the University of Maryland, Hamida is looking forward to taking his talents to the bigger scale. For The Local Live, I'm John Schifano, signing off.
That's it for this week's Local Live. For more information on the stories aired, you can visit our website, lmctv.org. If you have any comments or questions, email us at thelocallive@lmctv.org. Join us next week for a hot topic issue, the Mamaroneck School-Based Health Center. I'm Kat Galliano, and thanks for watching The Local Live. See you next week.
Tell us what you think. In person, over the phone, online. Watch and hear yourself on TV. You tell us, we air it. This is The Local Live.